Good morning, good morning. No trades yet for the strat. And then hanging all the dump on the morning. Double dump on the morning. A little bit of a run here, catching some buyers, but the highs were here. Your market lows are right in this range here. You see, we touched the market highs and kind of rejected, so we're just kind of keeping an eye. Oh, this is kick this 5 minute. There we go. So yeah, if I had to pick out a couple buyers this morning here, so draw a roof. Right here, your buyers are sitting there. And then as far as the sellers go, we did have a seller in the morning, major seller in the morning right here off of posted data. So seller, and here's your range. Here we have. Yeah. So being in a range like this is just gotta be a little bit patient. I could play the market both ways. Play breakouts, we can play traps, we can play some ranges, all kinds of things to do in the short term. Have a little fire right here. Oh, so we got right in between. So are your players today? Just gonna hang out. Had a really good day yesterday. Hopefully, we'll have another day. A lot of volume yesterday, so we had that big kick in the morning. Second leg down. So yeah, right. Second leg down. Was looking for a third leg, but then we got these buyers, which we already pegged out where they would be. We already knew that, so we are. Um, so I had marked the buyers on my chart. Sure enough, we bounce, get eaten up by it, right? They're, I don't know, TT. The SMTs are similar to evidence of where you're seeing a very heavy seller or buyer. So did rip up, we did break, shot up. I didn't even take any of this. Take any of that to the upside. I saw a lot of traders take that to the upside. We actually took the short right here. Shorted here, almost got stopped, and then it just drenched. We took another short, got filled. Then we took another short. We ended up reversing the short right here, and then we went long, 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 and I think long, long, longs. We got filled on three of them, came back, and then I just got stopped out. Barely got stopped out. Well, I actually didn't get stopped out, but the strategy got stopped out. I don't know why my strategy had different price. Yeah, got ticked out there, and then we were looking for our take profit was like up here. So very close to having a monster day, but it's 320 points, I think. Really nice day yesterday. So yeah, just looking at this market right now, being range bound like this, we did have this new seller. So technically, you could do all kinds of stuff here. We play the range here. Yep, a little bit here. We could play. I don't necessarily know if I want to play a bounce. I think I play it a little bit lighter down here. And then we definitely can play this bounce, especially this area over here. We can definitely. So, mind might be a little bit. So, yeah. So, they're all ideas that we can play. It's range bound. That's it. Kick on some music. I commented on this video. Look at it right now. Some stupid short.
Order filled.
Didn't even. Oh, look at that. All right. I went to some video and yeah, ended up getting a lot of response on it. It's crazy. It's the most likes and comments I've ever gotten on a video, on a comment, which I'm not like a comment snob or anything like that, but it was cracking up. All right, we're gonna put this right up here, and I probably will take one more. Let's just below it, you know.
Filled.
All right, so I probably should have waited a little bit on the back side of this, of the pre-market highs. That probably would have been a little bit better. So big range like this, it's typically, we don't know who has control. We're just kind of playing the range, expecting a touch of a pullback still because of this big range, but if we blast through, it's all good. I'm gonna put it right above these highs here. Expecting a little bit of a push down. And to rotate to market lows, good. Pressing, so we'll find out. I know market makers don't want to give it up right now, but they might just boom, do one of those. Yeah. Alright, the close is pretty strong actually, so I would consider rotating out. Find out. I think we might catch something to the downside. A little bit. If not, it's all good. But I mean, I'm way heavier than I normally would go. I probably only go like five cons. 3. Kind of expecting a reaction at the top of pre-market highs here, but if not, I mean, really, I wanted that concentrated reaction here. So this is starting to shape up pretty bullish. If we close above that, I probably just kick out. There's the algo stepping in. Get ready to take some of these if we do come back down a little bit. Right, at least get like a 1-to-1 here. 9. Fire stepped in real heavy there. Just gotta be a little patient here. This does come down into this range. This is anywhere really, anywhere below this, I'm gonna take this short on my live. And also, if the volume picks up and we get big here, green, I'm gonna take this long. So this basically, if there's a light volume, or if we don't come back down to range, I'm not getting in this trade. And I'm talking about my XFA for the strategy. So you can see that we have real heavy sellers here. If we look at the volume profile, this thing's gonna just start ticking up right now. Probably need to change the color of this. Let's be honest here. Let's see here. Let's do this. No, that is too much. Let's keep it like this. Forget about it. Up volume. Ooh. Volume. Go. There we can see a little bit better. Very interesting. Okay. So this could get ready to break here. There's tons of volume over here though. Tons. So it's having a tough time breaking above it. This is where your sellers are right here, but to be honest with you. Let's see. A lot of absorption happening, but break through those buyers. Volume's not quite there for a long. So I'm gonna sit and wait on that long, but we're looking somewhat ready. $15 seconds left. I'll kick on a little music here. Alright, yeah, that long didn't cut it for us. So this is the back end of it. If we get a push here, buyers we're going to play the long. We stick in this range though. I'm not playing the short anymore.
Order filled.
Whoa, that was pretty wild actually. Algos are really trying to shove this down, but it looks like it's breaking off.
Order filled.
Here's your Ichimoku. Here's your Ichimoku play. Gotta be careful here. I thought that was my live for a second. Alright, we'll see what happens. This volume's looking really good, so we're probably gonna take a long here, and it's gonna be a really big long. Really, really big. goes long. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Trying to keep him in this pre-market range still. Holding him by a sliver. $230 left. Volume looks excellent. Tons of absorption up here though. But the footprint up for you guys who can see exactly where buyers and sellers are getting absorbed. Look at that. Look at this here. This algo is just working, man. I'm telling you, the seller's crazy. Probably getting our booty kicked on this one. Yep. While you wait for the close of candles, typically. Tons of absorption up here. Tons of bulls trapped up here right now, but if these guys keep bidding it up, right, if you got that player that keeps, you had kind of a bomb go off. Bomb went off this morning. Bomb. Buying. And it didn't even let it retrace. A little bit more of a retrace, but every time it touches down, we're breaking through. This all looks very bullish. But if we close below this, it's bearish. Range bound, right? We can go either way. This player is crazy though, right here. So close of that, I'd definitely be getting out of this trade if we close below it. Double check on some things here. This is technically a bit of a trap here. Oof. Under the pre-market context, this could qualify. I'm gonna go light on the 20 seconds left. So I'm gonna cut this and get ready to go short.
Order filled.
Yeah, we got 13 seconds left.
Order filled.
We're gonna go crazy
Order
here.
filled.
Might blow this one. No, we should be good. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Order filled.
Okay, so we're gonna take this one. I don't love it, but I kind of love the context here. So not bad. Double check here actually on TradingView. 451. Not super clean on the other one. That's unfortunate. On Top Step, it's super clean. On TradingView, it's not super clean. Let me see, 37 points. This is probably going to be a tag out, but yeah. But we'll stay in the trade. We'll stay convicted. I don't mind the still don't mind it, but I don't know if I would take this naturally. So again, pushing up on these pre-market highs. If these guys get squeezed, we can go definitely a lot higher. All right. Very close getting stopped out here. We are going to see. Now, this does get stopped out. I mean, it could make a bearish case, sorry, a bullish case, but I would like to see us stay above this pre-market high to take some longs. Otherwise, we're just kind of slopping around here.
Order filled.
All right, there it is. We got slapped on the wrist for a bad trade this morning. But that's all right. We are broken out of this range. Should have a little bit of leg room. Should be up here to 540s. So we have about 80 points of upside, I think, before we start running into some sellers again.
Order filled.
All right. This one got boo-boo. This one got a boo-boo.
Order filled.
Play money. Like I stopped out on this one too. All right, so what I'm doing on this first one here, why I'm taking the long is because shorts did get squeezed there. I'm hoping that they're going to play a continuation case here at 19. So since the Bears got ran through, but if it will be all bad if it'll be all bad if there's another trap and we come back down to this range, which I may play, I may not play, I don't know. I won't like it in either case. Someone is still trying to shove this down though, which is crazy. Look at that, they're just teetering this thing. Crazy. Whoever that player is, the market makers do not want this to fly up this quick. This guy right here, shoving that market up. This is going to be a key area buyer. Let's hop up. It's 2-1. Interesting. Dude, that seller is crazy. I'd be patient here, but sketch territory. Ugh. Put a little tighter stop here. I don't want to be risking tons of points on this one. That is crazy. Burning straight into the seller. That's wild. Super sketch. I'm
Order
cutting that.
filled.
I do not want to deal with this. I do not want to deal with this morning. So try to play a bull continuation there. This is me. The reason why I'm tripping this morning is because this wasn't a real break. This was supposedly not a real trap. So since the real trap didn't get squeezed, since we're borderline, I'm not 100% positive I'm going to take the continuation. Because if this comes down and comes back into range, this is a true trap, and then I have to take that short. And I'm just going to sit on my hands a little bit here. I'm going to wait for the market to give me some clarity, because it's just too sketch. Too sketch this morning. We can wait for a little bit later. We can give it some time. We don't need to go crazy right now. Do not need to go crazy right now. That's bullish. I didn't have the heart to do it. So no trap coming in. I don't want to get back into the trade again, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. So the target was 19. Here, this is the target right here. Starting to open up a little bit now. part of me almost hopes that it doesn't take, but the other part of me wants to see that this was a trap play call. Part of me is like, no, don't do it. All right, so not able to get in on this trade. I'm glad to see it work out. I'm not happy I'm not in it, but I am glad to see that it worked out. So this was a trap squeeze continuation. Glad to see it work out. If it does, we gotta hit this TP first. Oh, look at that. Oh man. Just chilling out here. Can't really get into the market yet. Does look a little bit more bullish. Can get up another 80 points before we start running into some sellers. Be interesting to see how it plays out. Blew through this seller. Does miss. Oh, one of those days, baby. One of those days. This is a real buyer, by the way. Right here. So this is looking to hold up. And continue on. Good day for me to start publishing some articles. Nice flip here.
Order filled.
All right, that worked out. Good to see. Can't get in here anywhere on the long sell. That was our initial idea. I didn't like the idea of a second trap. Probably should have. I don't want to say I should have held. I wasn't 100% sure that this was a trap play, so made that difficult. So I'm gonna do a little bit of back test. Well, not back testing. I'm gonna go look at my previous trades, and I'm gonna have a look at. I'm gonna go have a look at the previous trap plays right now. I want to see the percentage that's happened over the last couple of months. So I'm gonna go over every trap I can find. All right, let's see here. Still can't get into this market anywhere, so there's no point in me kind of doing anything at the moment. They're trending up with some strength here. Strong trend up today. Looking pretty sharp. Man. So the play was right. It was a right call. Would have brought us a break even though, roughly. On the Express account. That's all right. Let's patient, man. Yeah, so the short squeezes, I'm just looking, I'm doing some these are some of my previous trades. Let you guys get on this. Actually, this is supposed to be one. So let you guys in on some of this. I'm looking for trap trades. So for example, I share all of these on X, by the way. For example, this was a trap right here. Looking at, so this is one of the first trap fails that meets the criteria. This is a bear trap that gets blown through, and if we were to take the aggressor that's stopping him out, we can get a 1-for-1 out of that, at least. Looking at it, if we go from the bottom of the red, we can actually get a whole measured move off of this from the close. So that's like tick perfect, but I don't know if it's going to be tick perfect every time. I'm keeping note of it, but so that's what we're looking for. I'm keeping an eye on the live charts, by the way. Yeah, just keeping an eye out for where we have any trap patterns. This is almost a trap pattern here. Very close. This is a crazy day. All these trades worked out, so that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some losses here. This is interesting. This is supposed to be a short right here. Absolutely, this is supposed to be a short. I have to adjust that. All right, but let's see here. But this is about that. This would have been down another 26 points. 90, 98. Uh-oh. My A key is stuck. Right. Interesting. All right, so let me see here. Okay, so here's the trap. Here's a trap. Ran through. Bull trap. Double bull trap, honestly. It's 1125. That's supposed to be a double. I can't believe I missed both of these traps. I don't understand. But in any case, it gets ran through, right? By this buyer here. So we could make the argument. I have to adjust that again. 875. My goodness, we're supposed to lose a lot more. 106, 107. There we go. Well, technically not if we're going to use the new idea here. So here's your buyer. The low is 766. If we took that, so we get roughly like 9.75 points out of that, and it did work. But we would also have to switch up this. But we were in the context of this long here, so I don't think we were able to get out. Yeah, very interesting. You have to just eat that whole thing. This is just a really sloppy day. Alright, let's move on. Nothing here. Still keep an eye on the charts, by the way. We're consolidating a real tight flag here on the 5-minute. Show you guys real quick. A little bit more sensitive. This mouse. Yeah, so we're right here. Where your buyer is. That's it. The consolidation. Alright, back to the ideas here. Let me see. Do we have any trap patterns anywhere? Cannot find something right now. I'm looking, hunting. We got our second red bar on the NAS. Nothing too spectacular here. Just a nice rippy trend. This is still looking bullish. You can imagine this is like a little bull flag here. So we'll see what happens. Might be a little wider. Might be more like this. We'll find out. Nothing to do there. Hold up a second here. Broke out, came back both. This has got to be a bull trap, right? Yeah, broke out, went higher. It's higher? That's the only thing. Let's see where's the highs at. Yeah. Very interesting. Let's miss this whole trade here. I think it happened twice. So this would have been a double stop then. This would have got ultimate worked. That would have been a stop here. Oh, I'm not supposed to take. I see. I don't take it because of. I don't take it. Okay, never mind. It's not supposed to be in. But here's one. Not here. This one. This is one. So then we could have taken this break trade here, and instead reversed it and gone 1-to-1 right here. Boom. We got the fill there. So far, I mean, I haven't actually done the data, but so far it looks like it's accurate. Like pretty accurate. Because you have this whole big day, you only have like all this crazy price action, and that's only 2 trades. It's crazy. It's nothing there. This one ended up working. These suckers. Stop out and drop. Then you can get a 2-to-1 off this, honestly. I need to create a separate one just for those wicks because they're really something. Yeah. Well, keep doing that. That's what I'm going to be doing over here. I'm going to be looking at multiple different things, but you saw it work a few times. Again, I'm going to need months of data for me to actually implement that in the strategy. Oh. Pretty tight little range here. Might go get a little bit of some cafe. Not much for me to do. We do have this buyer who is just cranking, holding up this market pretty well. And we don't really have a new seller. So we're just kind of lingering. Tapping into these buyers now. Now I have to say, on a larger time frame, this is all not real buying, which is very interesting. So this is kind of a context of shorts just getting squeezed as opposed to a buyer being aggressive. But I did mark out the real buyers on the 5. Here they are. But like this right here is not a real buyer. This is a reaction. This right here is not a real buyer. This right here is not a real buyer, but this is your real buyer trying to perform it. So if we do crack below this, we could shove all the way back down here. It's important to note that. What do you guys think about this price action, huh? Doji, 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 doji. We can call market makers just flipping the script on you. This is pretty much... We have a little bit of sellers here. Really, I would assume that the big selling would happen up at 552. So I think we still have a little bit more headroom before the market maker is trying to kick it down. So I would say roughly here, where you're going to find sellers. Now, if we break up into this and close, then we could run all the way back up. All the way back up another 100 points. But we're chilling. Kicking back here. I'll continue to argue with people on the internet. Alrighty, so with that in mind, I gotta chart out a new thing. All right. Yeah, just looking at some back testing. So far, 3 trades have hit with that. I call it an anomaly, but let's call it an anomaly because of one person that I used to trade with. He jumped into these trading rooms. He'd call it an anomaly. It's country accent. See there, boy? That's an anomaly. It's not supposed to happen. Terrible country accent, but it's all right. Go, yeah. I mean, so far he's right. This is crazy. Looking at like 5 trades right now. Even 5 trades that's great for. It's great for the risk return because he gets 2 to 1 out of these trades. So. This guy's a G. Might start using it. Probably fund another Express account and then use it on that Express account is what I'll do. And I'll show you guys. It's an easy. It's basically this: when you have a green candle, it goes lower, then you have another green candle above it. You could take a 2 to 1. From what he says, you could take a 2 to 1. Pretty much anywhere. It works better at the bottom top of ranges, but you can also play it in continuations. So 2 to 1 here. That would have been a nice 70-point run. Let me see here. I've kept my eye on it, but let's see if I can find it. Look at regular market hours. Let's see if we can find another one. By the way, I need to keep an eye on the chart. We have one little trend break right now, a little tight one, nothing crazy. Right here. Look at, see that? See these guys? So he's saying 2 to 1 off that, especially at the top of a range. There you go. That's I almost haven't seen it not work so far. It's pretty crazy. I've backtested this before, and I think in a different context, it didn't work that well, but man, it's working. Look at it right here. Here's another one. I don't think this one's gonna work though because the first one's a doji, so that would have to be considered. Yeah. Here's where it doesn't work, but I think the doji is necessary. It's necessary to get something without a doji. I mean, yeah. Right here, here's another one. Almost 2. What's the high here? 6125, 6150. Yeah. So here's one here by 1 tick. If you were just to trade that pattern alone, you were to go 2 to 1 out of it. This would have been like the context of your day, which is pretty crazy to think about. So you had a 2 to 1 here, 2 to 1 here, two to 1 there, 2 to 1 here, and there's another one right here. By the way, we're dumping a little bit. Look at that. Another 2 to 1 here. That's easy money. Just with these alone. I mean, they're working out pretty good. 2 to 1's nice. I mean, 2 to 1's nice if you get, even if you're getting 50% winning rate, right? If you win half of them. But this is showing like more than half of them. So on the context of the day, this would have been another one. Boom, to the upside. We had that to the upside, and now we have a little bit of one, but it's a doji to the downside. So we're cracking into this buyer, by the way, which I do think we probably some sweep back down. This would be some giant bull trap on like a 30-minute. Yeah, not quite. Keep an eye on it. I'm looking. Still long, as long as we're above pre-market highs, which we are. Still looking to get long. All right, let's continue. I'm gonna continue continue to look at this. I mean, I think it works even in pre-market too. Like right here, here's one. Short, that works. There's another one here. This one got blown through though. Post-market, boom, boom, blown through. So that's a stop. Here's one to the upside. I wonder if this works. This is post-market. So post-market, I don't like taking as much data from because that's the one that works. This is one that gets stopped. I mean, if it's this good, you can pretty much just trade this pattern and be solid. You don't even need anything else, man. Look at that. Here's one. This one gets blown through though. I don't know. I mean, in the context of this wick, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? And this is a doji flat, so I don't think this counts technically. Huge bottoming wick. That's something to keep in mind though. I should mark it anyways just to see what the differences are of losers similarities, because if they're similar, then we can start to filter out which ones are the bad ones, which ones are the good ones. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee here. Dojis, I don't think this counts. Here's one. It's a good stopped out. This is post market though. Like I said, post market can get a little finicky. Here's one. It's towards the end of the day. Also can get finicky. Alright. There's another one. This one gets ran through. I wonder if we could play the inverse again. These are kind of like trap plays, basically. By the way, markets are dumping a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Oh, could I have taken this short? I could have taken that short. That's alright. I wouldn't have loved it. That was a super nasty day. This is one of those really funky days. I think our strategy lost a lot of money on this day, so this would have been a loss. Here's a long one would have lost too. Yep. We got chewed up. Just gonna mark everyone I see. There's one right here. I probably should have done that. It doesn't really matter. Nope. 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 Super funky day. I think was this Jackson Hole? Super or Nvidia earnings? It's one of those two. That would have worked out. All right, let's get back to the real charts here. All right, so we could have taken this short. This one to this one, 1-to-1. I think we're gonna find out. We could have probably taken this right here. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken it for multiple reasons. Actually, no, we couldn't have taken it. Now that I remember, doesn't meet the right criteria. But it got close to TP, touched the pre-market high. I definitely don't want to short into pre-market high. That is like an area of interest for sure. This buyer's hanging on by a sliver of a hair. You have a new seller stepping in. Right here, this is your new seller. So, we'll see. All right. Just keeping an eye out here. Now, if this seller starts ramping up into the pre-market range, I definitely will look to kind of get into this, get a piece of this. Getting a phone call. Look at that. All right. Well, I'm gonna just chill for a second. We'll leave you guys hanging. Be back with a cup of coffee.
Wow, things heated up, huh? So yeah, I'm telling you, that was funk. Trap, squeeze, grab, funk, back into range. What are you gonna do? Trying to be patient today. Trying to be patient today. I think this candle's gonna maybe, if it flips even darker red, that would be crazy. We have data coming up or something. I think this has to do with the bond yields, maybe. Super funky. All right. Gold's ripping. Very, very interesting here. All right, so if we heat up to the downside, we are going to take the short. We could have a continuation lower. Still super tricky. So if this heats up, it's going to need to, it's actually not going to need to heat up that much. There's tons of volume dumping into this right now. Tons. I won't be too happy about it. That's a massive trap. Massive trap. Whew. Could really start to pull here. Might get really big. The volume is already pretty big on this candle, about more than halfway. Massive volume on this whole stretch here. This whole stretch, and we're already 15K out of 25K, so that'll be interesting. Breaking through that neckline again. That's VWAP. Closing below VWAP maybe. And shoved right through that spike. Wow. This is going to be interesting. All right, so if this candle goes red, increased volume, we're going to take a short. Buyers are trying to chew it up a little bit. I would be surprised if this does close below VWAP, though. Just right off the first test, close right below VWAP. That would be pretty impressive. Yeah. All right. Have a look here. See what happens. This is all new selling, by the way. One minute left. Volume is almost there. Super close. You see it heat up though if I'm going to get into this. Come on. It's not quite getting there. There is a little bit better. That's a little bit more. All right, we're really close. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to get there, I think. Let's keep an eye on this candle here.
Oh, I did not want to sell 10. That would have been a blunder.
Order filled.
All right, we are short. All right. Back into pre-market range. I'll close below VWAP. Does it close below VWAP? Close below VWAP. Sellers are looking really hot. Really hot. So we're gonna look for a little continuation lower. We have real buyers here. See if we get back into this range a little bit. Might end up in this kind of, I don't know, man. It's super interesting. Super. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we're in the trade. I got about 10 minutes. And this next candle, if this next candle flips red too, or the next couple candles we flip red, and we actually show some strength to the downside, I'm gonna add. All right.
All right, so we kind of knew that this wasn't a real buyer up until right here. He got blown through. It comes back to range. Here's your real buyer down here. We do have a smidge speckle, but we'll see what happens here. We might. I mean, we could come back up above pre-market range again. I think that's unlikely. I think that's going to be a resistance. But we'll see if we get that continuation. We still have to get through this player here, making it making it hard on us. Making it hard on us. All right, so since we're in the pre-market range, that makes things very interesting. So this is probably going to be a range-bound day. I don't think this is going to be a trend day now that we're here. Yeah. A lot of volume stepping up here. Tons of volume. Even more than this is coming in here, right here. Let's take a little peek here. So boom, 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 drop. And now between this area and this area, if we add these two candles plus this, see, this might just be easier if we just look at the 15-minute, right? So see that, how the volume's starting to tick up even more than this volume? That's very interesting. So tons of absorption happening down at these levels. This is something to keep in mind. Now, why that matters is because if there's tons of absorption, we could see another leg up, and we'd probably test the back of these sellers again, which means we get stopped out, which is not a big, I can't control it, but it's important to know if you want to get an understanding of theory of how people are positioned in the markets. So if you have bears trapped, bulls trapped, if you see an aggressor coming in looking to take up the market a little higher, lower, if you're in a range, what's the range shape? The range is a symptom of buyers and sellers, so volume can give you those details, as well as your volume profile can give you those details of market range. So let's see here, we got how much left? 3, 2, 1 in this candle. So yeah, so we're just gonna chill here. Might be down for some lower lows here. This could get, I mean, this is what the aggressors are positioning themselves to play as that bottom range, but let's see here. It was a big close there.
All right. All right. Will we get some continuation here? A little bit of some follow through. I wouldn't be surprised. We only touched about middle of the range. If we look here between the pre-market highs and lows, we're about center here, right off that 50%, which is where these buyers look to take a position. I'm going to cut my mic here for a second. Check it out here. Might have a little bugger again here. We might be able to capitalize on. So we'll see. Little anomaly. Hey, so what I was gonna say to you, hun, is what I was gonna say to you is you don't stress yet because you don't know all the information, but we need to know today. Yeah. Yeah, well, see what happens. Yeah, here, I'm gonna call Dad right now. Oh, what are you doing? What? Sleeping? Just... Hey, couple questions. So, when do you think? Well, Grandma wants her bed. How soon do you plan on starting to work? Start working? it still works. Cheese cushion. Oh, 100. No offense. I'm not innocent in a lot of ways. That I wanna. But anyways, all right. Love you. I didn't mean to wake. You know. Good morning. Before you even got a cup of coffee, here, drink some of this. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye. Man. Said that when that happened, they were. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. But I'm just. So. I'm up to grade. I haven't. Okay. About. Talk about other things. But I don't. I still said. I don't know their plan. I don't know what they're. But Grandma doesn't. Oh. Cracks. Up there. Probably one. Like come over. Not gonna want. Lift everything. All of her stuff. But, like, okay, cool. I'm gonna. Like her. On it. They cope by. Yeah. Oh, I just don't. I just don't. Well, Grandma's probably not up yet, so. No, don't let the whole story change. Things don't just change like. Did you hear it from him or did you hear it from me? Well, yeah. Well, I heard it a long time ago, so
like 20 years ago. So with a 15-year-old mind, I don't know. All right. Well, let's see how this plays out here. Again, I don't think it's gonna pop above. It could. We could get super choppy above it. It's just gonna be one of those days if so. But this buyer is still looking to accumulate really well. Kind of a passive. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. I still think the seller is a lot stronger, but we're gonna find out. So yeah, we're gonna see how this plays out. It really could go either way. This isn't new selling. This is kind of just like algorithmic flushing, trying to shove it down into this buyer, but this buyer is just this passive strong buyer here, right? So even though I haven't marked him as a strong buyer personally, I just didn't. I don't have it. You can't argue with this, but I still think this gets ran through at least to test this guy here. So we might have a situation where we run through, step up, stop, take profit, and then bounce up off this real buyer down there. So I still don't think this guy's super real, but you're seeing the reaction off that level. I am going to look to take this short. If this comes back into the range here, we'll look to take short. All right. Very tricky. Very tricky. All right, 2 minutes 30 seconds left in this candle. We will see if we get this little trap pattern. If it closes below this line, we're taking a short. As long as it doesn't go below this candle, then there won't be enough meat on the move. So we will see. One minute, 30 seconds left. All right. All right, we got 10 seconds left here. Looks like we're going to add to the short. So you can talk about it. You can talk about it. You could just be like, man, I really don't, you can say whatever. But it's not for sure yet, so it doesn't make sense to talk about something that's not for sure. All right, so we added to...
All right, sorry. We added to the short here. Added to the short. A little bit of a trap. Looking for a continuation. Have a quick stop. If we do get ran through here, man, oh, we could gentrify all the way up here. It could get pretty Nazi. But we'll see what happens here. We're in for 2 now. So now we're looking for 61 points for 2, which is not bad. That's a little bit better. What is that? 120, 240, roughly $1,000, roughly like $900 move. So that would put us in decent profits if we can actually get the rotation. But we will see. What do we got? I'm just making sure I'm tick accurate here. Where's the high here? The high here is at 3.8. We're at 4.1. Nope, that's accurate. Okay. We're doing the best we can here, trying to manage this position, this short. Maybe we'll get a continuation. Being patient here, a little bit longer stream than normal, so that's nice. We are just hanging out here. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a play today, but we took a lot of profits over the last couple of weeks, so if today just has to be a losing day. It is what it is. Now, if I do get stopped out, what I don't know is whether I want to play the whether I want to play the inverse here, right?
Order
Yeah,
filled.
see, so do I want to play the inverse if we get stopped out on the close and play the upside? That's what I don't know. So we're going to continue to hold. Very tricky.
Order filled.
All right, I'm going for it. I'm going to go for the inverse trade here. Super tricky day. Multiple different conflicting trades
We're in the range. We're back in this range. I don't even expect this to break above pre-market highs. I'm going to be honest with you. So this thing can come back down and trap again. If this does come back up and trap down here again, I'm probably just going to stop trading for the day because it's not going to be working well with the strategy. If we do get this trade, we'll continue though. So there's no use in trying to beat a dead horse over here and trying to force something. If I'm not getting clarity on the markets, I'm playing this out of position. I'm just going to take my leave, and tomorrow's a new day. So here's that pre-market high. Should get a little bit of reaction here. I could take right now, but we'll wait for a stop out here. What's up, Pop? Oh, we don't want batteries, Pop. These are poisonous. These are not good. You don't want those. Those are batteries, but those are dangerous. You don't want batteries. There's that resistance at that pre-market high, what I'm talking about. Maybe we'll get a little tap out here. Ah, it's close. Close.
Order
I'm just gonna
filled.
take it. I don't want to get pranced on right there. There it is. You got the fill. All right. Well, we took a little bit of that back. We rotated out a touch, so not terrible. Not terrible. This does look like it's a new aggressor, but we're gonna see how this works out. All of this is tricky. This whole context is really tricky. You have a bunch of bulls trapped. It looks like this is fake selling, but this is a real seller initiative. But this kind of suppression here looks very fishy. This is very fishy. So I would not be surprised, but this continuation is not, you know, it's less fishy. We're assuming that we're going to see another leg down. But now that we're popping above this pre-market range again, oh, this is just a difficult trade day today. I'm probably, I don't want to say I'm sizing down, but I really do want to make sure I'm getting clear reads, not trying to force trades. This one was a forced one. This little trap this morning, it was just like on the line of being in context. So it could have went either way, and then this trade ended up working out. Could have went either way, but I'm picking the these are like 50-50 pretty much, and 50-50 pretty much, and I'm picking the wrong side of the coin. That's just how it works. No way this trap patterned again. This is unbelievable. I do not want to take this short, but I might have to. Oh, gosh. I'm going to hope for... Oh, man. This should have been a short. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All the way up there, all the way back down to range. I'm going to go
Order
short.
filled.
I'm a little late, but it is what it is. So how I'm going to play this. Oh man, this is so, I'm telling you guys, this is just painful today. So we'll play this. I should be in for 2. If this gets stopped out, it's just going to be ridiculous. I probably could have got a little bit better pricing. Actually, I don't want to FOMO it. Let's just see. Let's just see. Okay, that was basically break even. I'm forcing it. We got 1 stop on a trap. Let's at least see if we can get better pricing. If it flushes, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't want to take that big of a risk on the context of today. It's just one of those days. So we already got ran through. This is a bit of a short squeeze here. Shorts got squeezed, and then they tried again. I'm gonna take this trade, but I want to take it like way up here and risk like 10 points. But if this gets ran through, we're going to take the inverse. So, oh, painful. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is, you guys, yeah, this is looking crazy. We might even throw a spread here. Might even just go light here in DCA into this. Try and catch a little net here. Get good pricing. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? What? 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 Oh, oh, oh. Oh, it's okay, Baba. It's okay, Baba. It's okay, Baba. All right. So let's see what happens here. This could flush down lower. Super tough case all the way around here. So makes it difficult. I annoy you when I'm home, huh? Yeah, this is, I'm telling you, I would be lying to you if I said I'm not feeling a little bit of FOMO wanting to get in short, right? But I kind of really, I mean, not kind of, I want to do this on my terms. I don't want to do this. I want to do it if it's going to be, because I would normally take this trade if this trade didn't get squeezed. Right, this would be a short. I would normally be in this short if this didn't get squeezed and this shoved up to the short. And then I normally would be double short if I didn't get squeezed. So I'm sitting here just dumbfounded. I'm like, there's just no need. I could literally just stop trading right now and come back tomorrow and shake off this day. This looks, if I was a betting man, I'm saying we're gonna rotate back down, leg down. But if these guys get squeezed, we're breaking highs. We're breaking highs and coming up probably to the 80s. Because this is gonna be violent. So think about, I want you to think about this. So pay attention to the shorts in the morning, right? Let's just throw some red candles here. So you see that shorts were interested in trying to suppress the price action, but they got squeezed, right? Squeeze cover, squeeze cover, squeeze cover. Buyers didn't actually take this move up though. This was just sellers getting squeezed. They got squeezed. There was no new buying interest. Market makers started to get control of it, and then they distributed heavy, right? Now, when you have this distribution, but it's not real selling because it's market makers trying to get a hold of the markets, it makes it to where we're having this funky context between two players. We're just trying to see who's stronger, right? And it's kind of betting on a volatile space here. What's up? No, I can't go to, I gotta go to work, Papa. My mic was off there, so looking to take a 10 point risk roughly, maybe a little bit more. So that's only going to be roughly $60-$70 if we can get up here. If not, and I miss the trade, it's all good. I wanted to get good pricing. I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. Felt a little FOMO, snapped out of that FOMO real quick. I said, you know, let's make this happen on our terms. There's no need to chase stuff. No need to chase. Oy, 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 oy. So right in the middle of this range, this should be our point of control today. If we're looking at the volume profile, this should be right here. Yep, right here. Exactly where I said. This is just where it's at today. So notice how steep it falls off. Very illiquid area here. So let's say there's more selling than buying, right? If we were to look at this. Yeah, more selling than buying happening. Which means that if it starts going above this, you have a bunch of short trap shorts, right? So that's that. Let me see here. I'm gonna look at the I think I have that cumulative delta chart somewhere. Let's see if I try and find it. We'll see, we'll see. This could go either way. I'm hoping for one more kind of pump dump, but this could just flush. Really tricky context today. So again, suppressed. This is suppressed price action. Even though this is the context of a trap, they're trying to shove it through this buyer. And I don't even know where this buyer is. I'm going to be honest with you. Because for it to prop up here, this seems like a lack of selling interest more than a strong buyer. So they're trying to instill new selling interest in the markets. You do have a real seller somewhere, but I mean, as far as it goes right now, this is your real seller. But this is just very interesting behavior. They're trying to make a case to shove through this, but they need new selling interest. New sellers need to step in. The market makers can't do it by themselves. So that's important to note. It's important to note. All right. On good pricing. Multiple dojis in a row can be bearish or bullish, but if we start curling up, this is going to be bullish. Multiple dojis can dictate the direction, though. For example, you have a few pretty much dojis here. We went long. We have a few dojis here. We went short. They're trying to make that same case right here. So just keep that in mind, that market makers, in theory, have a budget. They need to accumulate to be able to shove it into a direction, right? So I think market makers are really trying to shove this down in the short term. But we'll see. Could be the move here. Here's that flush. It is what it is. I mean, we were supposed to take a second leg. We didn't. Almost got the fill, but not quite. Really tricky day. So market makers are going to look to shove this down. And this is the target right here. So here we are, a little rejection here, but it can still continue lower. Who knows, man? Really tough. All right. Nothing much to do. This could take ages. We'll be holding on to this for the next few hours, so I'm going to wrap it up here. We ended up 437 down on the day. We really should have probably been positive on the day, considering if we would have took this short this long, that would have broke us even, or we could have just stayed out of the whole thing. Caught the short here, played the trap here, got stopped out of the trap, played the upside reversal in the trap, came back down into the trap, and we're still looking for a continuation. It should be in maybe for 2. We'll walk away today, shake my hands off, and yeah. Alrighty. Take care, guys. Have a good day.